Okay, in this class we shall start with this Adhikara Sutra Eka Purva Parayoho 6184. Ekaha Purva Parayoho Ekaha 1. Purva Parayoho Purva and Para. This is the Shashti Dvivachana form of Purva and Para. So Purva Parayoho, it is Stani. That is Purva and Para both become Stani. Both combine to form Ekaha, single letter. The Purva and Para, they both combine to form a single Adesha. Consider the example. By Adgunaha, A plus E becomes A. Here, both A and E, they combine to form A. It is not just A becomes A or E becomes A. It is A plus E is equal to A by Adgunaha. It is this Adgunaha comes under the Adhikara Sutra Eka Purva Parayoho. Similarly, U plus U is equal to U by Akasavarane Dirgaha. Here it is not just the first U or the second U which becomes Dirga. It is those both Purva and Para. They combine to form Ekaha Dirga Ukaraha. Similarly, A plus A Padantad Ekarat Ati Rasva Akare Pare. This A and this they combine to form A. So these are some examples under this Eka Purva Parayoho, where the Purva Varna, the first letter and the second letter, they combine to form a single letter. Up to this sutra, Eka Purva Parayoho, whatever the sutras we have studied so far, Iko Yanachi, in Echo Yavayavaha, in all this, in those cases, it was not Purva Parayoho Ekaha. These are the sutras which we just saw. Eka Purva Parayoho is the 6184. We saw one example from Adgunaha 6187. Akasavarane Dirgaha from 101. Yenga Padantadati 109. And Rutavut 111. Up to this, this Adhikara Sutra runs. Rutavut. Up to this sutra, starting from Antadivacha up to Rutavut. Purva Parayoho. This Adhikara applies. So these were the examples we saw in the previous section, starting from Iko Enachi. We saw Iko Enachi can be rewritten as Ik plus H is equal to N plus H. Here we can see it is just Ik letter which are replaced by N letters. H letters remains as they are. They are just the nimitta for this conversion of Ik to N. Undergo any change here. Similarly, in Echo Yava Yavaha also, these H letters A O I O, these undergo I O Adeshaha when they are followed by H letters. But these H letters, they don't undergo any changes. Only H letters undergo Ayadeshaha. So coming to Eka Purva Parayoho, here in this Adhikara, the Purva and the Para, they both combine to form a single Adesha. This is the Adhikara Sutra, which is applicable to the subsequent sutras. So this is the list of these sutras under which on which this Adhikara Sutra runs. Starting from Eka Purva Parayoho, these sutras Antadi Vacha Shatvatko Rasiddhaha Adgunaha up to Rutavuttu 61311. This Eka Purva Parayoho Adhikara is applicable. So we studied Eka Purva Parayoho Ekaha Adeshaha. So the next we shall study Adgunaha. We shall study these two sutras Antadivacha and Shatvatko Rasiddhaha after we study all these sutras up to Rutavut. We shall study these sutras later. We will revisit these two sutras, Santadi Vachan Shatatapura Siddhaha, because it makes sense to we can appreciate the meaning of these sutras better when we studied these sutras. So I am taking Adgunaha. Next, 6187 Ad Gunaha Padachedaha At Gunaha. At is the Panchami Ekavachana of A. Rama becomes Ramat, like that. A becomes At. Gunaha is the Pratama Ekavachana. So we need to take Anurti of Achi from Iko Enachi. 6177. From there we take the Anurti of Achi, because there is no Saptami word in this sutra. So Adhikara, this sutra comes under the Adhikara Samhitayam 6172, because this Samhitayam Adhikara runs from 6173 up to I told 6155 56, I think, no, 57. Up to there this sutra runs. This Eka Purva Parayoho has started from 6184 and runs up to 6111. So this sutra comes under these two Adhikara sutras. Samhitayam, it means the Sadgunaha applicable only when there is Samhita, and here the Purva and Para, they combine to form Ekaha Adeshaha. So Anvayaha, the Anvaya of the sutra. At Achi Gunaha. At Achi Gunaha. We can tell that as Samhitayam At Achi Guna Ekaha. Achi Purva Parayoho Ekaha Gunaha. Samhitayam At Achi Purva Parayoho Ekaha Gunaha. Or we understood that it is applicable only when there is Samhita, and we know that it comes under Adhikara Sutra Eka Purva Parayoho. So even we can say Atachi Gunaha. So actually here there is no word which is in Shashti. So all the sutras that come under this Adhikara Sutra Eka Purva Parayoho, they contain only Panchami, Saptami and Pratama. So under this section Eka Purva Parayoho, it has to be understood that this word which is in Panchami represents the Purva Varna, and Achi, the word which is in Saptami represents Paravarna. Those two combine to form Ekaha Adeshaha. We shall study that. If we reread this sutra in an equation form, it becomes At. At means A, Achi, Acha, Gunaha. This is the Adesha. Purva Parayoho. Both combine to form Gunaha. So here it should be Rasvakara. We have to keep it in mind. Here it has to be Akara. It need not be Rasva. Here Akara represents all its Savarnas. So it should be Akara. Then here any H letter can come. Then they both combine to form Gunaha is the meaning this sutra is telling. So it means, let us take some examples. A plus E, because E is a H letter, they combine to form Gunaha. A plus O combine to form Gunaha. A plus Ru combine to form Gunaha. A plus Lu, actually it is not written properly here. Lu, it is Gunaha again. So Gunaha means, we saw in the previous classes, by Adeng Gunaha, the very first one of the very first sutras of the Ashtadhyayi, A, E, O, these three letters are called as Gunaha. So any one from these three should come here. A plus E is equal to any one from them. Either A should come here, or A or O. Like that, Any one among those three should come here. Gunaha means. Let us consider this A plus E is equal to Gunaha. Here, which letter has to be substituted here, whether A or A or O is the question. For that, there is a Paribhasha Sutra. Stanen Taratamaha. Stanen Taratamaha. This is 1149 from the first pada of first chapter. Stane Antaratamaha. Stane Saptami Antaratamaha. Antaratamaha means Sadrushatamaha. Similar. It means Stane means in place of Stani. Antaratamaha means similar or resembling. So, if there are more than one substitutions or adeshas for this Stani, then among those adeshas which is similar to the Stani, which resembles the Stani, or which has the properties which are similar to the properties of Stani, only that adesha will come in place of the Stani, is the meaning of this sutra, Stane Antaratamaha. So, with by using that Paribhasha Sutra, here we can conclude like this. The Ucharana Sthana of Akara is Kantaha, and that of E is Talu. So, we shall look for the Guna letter which resembles these two letters, A and E. So, from A, and O, the Ucharana Sthana of A is Kanta, and that of A is Kanta Talu, and that of O is Kanta Oshtav. So, the Kantoshtav doesn't match here. The Hakara from the Guna, the Ucharana Sthana of that is Kanta. Here also the Ucharana Sthana of A is Kanta, but the Ucharana Sthana of E is Talu, but Akara doesn't have any Talu portion. So this Ucharana Sthana of A is Kanta as well as Talu. So this resembles both A and E. So the Ucharana, the Adesha for A plus E is A. Similarly, A plus O is equal to Gunaha is what we know from the Sutra Ad Gunaha. So the Ucharana Sthana of Kanta, A is Kanta, and that of O is Oshtav, the lips. So the Ucharana Sthana of O is Kanta Oshtav. So A plus O is O. Similarly, A plus Ru is equal to Gunaha. The Ucharana Sthana of A is Kanta, that of O is Murdha. So, among those Guna letters A, and O, none of the letters have the Ucharana Sthana as Kanta Murdha, because the Ucharana Sthana of A is Kanta, A is Kanta Talu, O is Kanta Oshtav. So, none of them resembles this A plus Ru combination. We need Kanta Murdha, but fortunately we have one sutra in Ashtadhyayi, a Paribhasha Sutra called as Uran Raparaha. Uhu is the Shashti Ekavachana of Ru. Pitru becomes Pituhu, Matru becomes Matuhu, like that U becomes Uhu. This is the Shashti Ekavachana of Ru. An is the Pratama Ekavachana, and Raparaha is also Pratama Ekavachana. So Uhu is the here, it is this Shashti of Ru. So if Ru is replaced by an An letter, An means A, E, Un, A, E, U. These three are the An letters here. They are Raparaha. Raparaha means they come along with Refa. Uhu, An, Raparaha. Here, suppose Ru is replaced by an An letter, then the tun letter comes along with refa. Uhu is equal to and raparaha. Here ru and means a e u. These are the three letters. They come along with refa. So if u is replaced by a, so actually it is r. If it is replaced by e, it is ir. If it is replaced by u, it is ur. Here we have to remember that here this raparaha, here ra is a pratyahara like an, like an. Ra is a pratyahara. We saw this when we were discussing Maheshwara Sutrani. Here in Maheshwara Sutrani, Hayav Ayavundrulu Kevong Ayauch, Hayavarat, Len, Yamangananam Jabain. Here in all these consonants, the hakara added to this ha, this ya, this wa, they are just for sake of pronunciation. It is only h, y, w, which we have to count it here. But in case of la, the akara after lakara, la is made up of two letters, lakara and akara. That akara is anunasika and it is itto. It is not just for sake of pronunciation. It is a itto. So ra means starting from this refa r up to this akara a. So if you combine those two, it is ra. This is that ra. So by ra, it represents this refa and this lakara also. So this ra pratyara represents the refa and lakara, two consonants. This ra represents in this sutra. I explain again. In Maheshwara Sutras, the akara added to all consonants is just for sake of pronunciation. It is difficult to pronounce like h, y, w, like that. So it is very easy to pronounce haya, varat, lan, yamangananam, like that. So akara is added just for ease of pronunciation. But only in case of lakara, that akara after this lakara here is an ith letter, is considered as ith letter. So by considering that as ith letter, this ra in this sutra uran raparaha represents a pratyara starting from this rakara up to this akara. So we have to exclude the ith letter, which is a. So we have to count the remaining letters. That is refa here and lakara here. So ra represents refa and lakara, two consonants. Okay. In that case, if you take the adesha of ru, a plus ru as a, then actually it is ar. It is not just a. Then if it is ar, the ucharana sthana of a is kanta, that of refa is murda. Then that resembles this combination a plus e. So the adesha for a plus ru is this a only, since it comes along with refa. So a plus ru is r, because a doesn't come just as a, it comes along with refa. So r represents kanta murda combinations. So a plus ru is equal to her. Similarly, a plus lu, it is not typed properly here. It is lu. A plus lu is equal to hal. Because the pronunciation, the organ of pronunciation of a is kanta, that of lukara is danta. Here, that of akara is kanta, of lakara is again danta. So a plus lu is al. This is what a plus is equal to a plus u is equal to o, a plus ru is equal to her, a plus lu is equal to hal. Let us take some example for each of them. Maha Isha. Here A is there and here Ikara is there. So A plus E is equal to A. So these two combine to form A. Mahesha. A plus E is equal to A. Surya Udaya. A plus O. So it becomes O. Suryodaya. Maha Rushi. Maharshi. A plus Ru is equal to Har. Then A plus Lu is equal to Hal. Krishna Lukaraha. Krishna Lukaraha. A plus Lu is equal to Hal. So it is Krishnalkaraha. Krishnalkaraha. I forgot to type properly this Lukaraha. This one, Luka. It should be Lu. I have written as La. These are the some of the examples for Adgunaha. So this is about Adgunaha. In the discussion of the sutra, Adgunaha, we saw that the equation for Adgunaha is A plus H is equal to Gunaha. But I have not taken all the H letters, here. Here I have taken E, here U, here Ru, here Lu. I have not taken A plus A combination or A plus A combination or A plus I combination, A plus O and A plus O combinations. What happens in those cases? What are the guna letters that come as adesha? Are there any other adeshas comes there? So we shall study that in tomorrow class. धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः महोदय.